What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we actually have part 2 to our little build series to get this Integra running, which is right there, right behind me. But I already disassembled the Integra head completely. I actually sent it to the machine shop to get resurfaced, which came out beautifully. I actually was just cleaning it up a bit because it was dirty and there was a couple metal shavings in it still. So make sure when you get your stuff machined to go through it with like brake cleaner or something and try to get all those metal shavings out of there, unless you take it to get hot tanked or something, and that should take care of everything. So this is the Integra head in question, the same one I had before. I was putting some degreaser on it to try to clean all these little like nasty spots it has on it, as you could see, but it really didn't do anything. It actually, I'm not gonna lie, it actually did clean up a little bit. If it would focus right there, this is the exhaust part. See, it kind of, you know, there's like not really that much carbon deposit, but it cleaned it up, which is all I wanted it to do. And then look at this. Look how clean that came out. Super duper clean, right? And nice and smooth, ready for a head gasket to be mounted on. All right, so what we have to do real quick is do the valve lapping for the actual head and the valves for they can seat perfectly. Valve lapping is literally just basically grinding down the surface where the valve sits on the head and makes it super smooth for there's no leakage. I don't know if I told you guys, I do have the Humble Performance actually complete head package, which is valve springs and retainers and valves, right? But I also went ahead and got some Skunk 2 LMAs and some SuperTech valve keepers, and I also got some SuperTech valve stem seals as well, brand new. So the head is ready to be built, and that's what we're gonna do right now. All right, before we actually start, here's the quick rundown of all the parts that I have. This right here, forever valves. These are for the exhaust, as you can see right there, exhaust valves. And then we also have our little nice intake valves right here. And then my SuperTech keepers that I bought, which are actually 7 degrees, how it says for this right here, which is our SuperTech valve springs and retainers right here, right there. Look, it says 7 degree keeper, boom, right? 7 degree keepers right here. From these are from eBay, but these are the actual valve springs. See, nice and beefy dual valve spring. And then I also got these right here, Skunk 2 VTech lost motion assemblies, which is the LMAs. This is how the valves actually come. They look like little pieces of candy, but this is how they come. And then I got this right here, valve compound, from an Advanced Auto store by my house. And then this is the nice little valve lapping tool that you're going to need, which is super easy to obtain as well from your local AutoZone or whatever. Alright, so this is what you do, right? Quick little tutorial. You take the compound and then you take your valve, right? And all you got to do is put a little bit of the compound on the edge of the valve right here where it's going to sit against the actual head. And then you take your little valve lapping tool, stick it on right like that, and then you put it inside the head like this, right? Boom, it's in. And then all you gotta do is literally just left and right like that, and it grinds away. And then you're gonna hear an audible difference. It's gonna get quieter, right, because of the actual like compound actually being rubbed in. And then all you gotta do is literally just pop it up a little bit, like not completely off, but just a little bit, just to get the compound back inside the actual valve seat, and then just keep going, right, left and right, until you're satisfied with the outcome. All right, real quick before I actually go get some Chinese because I'm starving. All the valves are in, as you can see. There is a clear piece of tape on it for when I go put the valve springs and retainers, for the valves don't fall out and all that stuff. So there's just a piece of tape for the valves don't fall out. But that's everything there, as you can see. I cleaned up the valves and the inside with some brake cleaner. Remember, after you do the valve lapping, to clean everything, because that is sandpaper basically, right? So you don't want that in your motor, especially if it's brand new. All right, and now we put the valve keepers, the retainers, and the springs, and have everything completely done. Oh, and the LMAs, don't forget those. That'll be bad. But after that, everything should be a-okay. Alright, so we actually have finally
All the springs and retainers are in, as you can see here. Looking real clean and like we're gonna be a fast guy, right? Got the LMAs in, but the only thing was that this tool to actually press down on the valves, it broke. The original one I bought. It was off Amazon, literally like $14, but it broke. So I had to get another one and wait 2 days for it to actually come in. So this is the second one. I'm gonna post the link to this one right here because this one worked like a dream and it was around the same price, like 15 bucks. All right, so the way you use this tool is super simple. It goes exactly how you see it here, right? It comes with this provided hardware that actually screws into that hole right there. Same thing on the other side, and this screws in on top. What I do recommend though, 100% for it could not break, is lube up this bolt, right? I just use WD-40 and like, look, it goes in perfectly, right? And all you do is with the provided retainer thingy here, right, that pushes the retainer and valve springs, right, all you got to do is line it up and then literally just start tightening it and it'll push down the valve, and then you'll see the actual valve stem pop up like that, and then you could put the retainers on both sides and then slowly start releasing it and it should catch. You know what I mean? And then you play with it because sometimes it'll be off a little bit, but it's not a big deal. It just takes the time to actually put the retainers in.
All right, so now we're actually gonna put the head back together completely. So like putting the rocker arms and all that together, and also get ready for the cams to be put on. And then we're gonna end the video there because there's really like nothing much else to do, like, you know, except put like the VTEC solenoid on. But that's like 3 bolts. But it's gonna go on. So I'll catch you guys when I'm actually finished with all that.
All right, quick little PSA. Label your stuff, okay? Just do what I did. Like I literally got a plastic bag and obviously, you know, labeled it, and then I used rubber bands to hold them together for they don't fall apart. And now we're literally just gonna slip them in to these little holes, chambers right here, and they go whoop, and then on the other side whoop, and you're good. So after assembling the head completely, you know, getting the rocker's arm and all the freaking valves and having everything beautiful, beautiful, guess what I forgot?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
If you know what that is, that's literally the valve stem seals. So now I gotta completely disassemble the whole head again and put those valve stem seals on.
One eternity later.
All right, so we actually got the valve stem seals on now. I mean, you're not gonna be able to see it, but they're on. Just believe me, they're on. Right? I did get a new water pump. I got it from AutoZone. I was debating either getting a brand new water pump, like it's a whole kit from AutoZone, or reusing one of the OEM ones I had before. But I just decided to go with one of these. Now that the block is technically complete, all we got to do is put on the head gasket and then actually mount the head to the block. But for that, I have a JE Pro Seal gasket right here. As you can see, Pro Seal. It's lit. So that's what we're going to use to mount the head onto the block.
Now, before we put anything together, I'm going to put the ARP head studs that I actually had from the previous build because they're perfectly fine. So we're going to reuse those. So after all that's done, I'll pick up the camera again. Catch you guys in a bit.
All right, so head is now completely torqued down to spec as per the ARP head studs manufacturer torque specs, right? I did 3 sequence, so I did, you know, first was 30, second one was 60, and then the third one was the final torque spec. But I got the new water pump on. Look at that. Look how clean it looks, man. It's on, ready to rumble. Got the new tensioner on as well that it came with, but everything is set up here, ready to go. Now the only thing that we need to do is actually put on the cams, which I have all the parts right here, and the cams should be right there, but I'll bring them in a second. Okay, there you go. That's better. So I don't know if I told you guys, but I got Skunk 2 cams, right? They're the Pro 1 cams right here, Skunk 2. And then these are the AM cam gears, right? The adjustable ones, AM cam gears. Look, show you real quick. If I could open, come on, bro. There we go. AM cam gears. See? Clean, right? Look at the little adjustments. Yeah. So we're going to put those on this cam.
And then tomorrow around 10 a.m. I need to take it to my tuner, who's actually going to do the cam degreeing for these new cams, for everything is a-okay and in tip-top shape.
All right, since I know you guys like unboxing so much, real quick, we're gonna do a quick unboxing right here. I haven't opened it yet. I literally just opened the cut the little tab, but here we go. Here we go. Okay, hold on. This is nice. This is nice, but okay. Nothing in there. Comes in a tube. Unraveling. Bro. Oh, it's inside. Okay. Ooh, and they're already lubed up, ready to go. Sheesh. Look at that. Look at that lobe. Big Tech about to hit, yo. All right, new cams are ready to be on the motor, but what I did was I took this little grommet here from the original cams. That's obviously to stop oil from coming out. And then also the AM cam gears, as you can see, are on and beautiful. What you do need to do is reuse the stock bolt, and there's like a little key inside to obviously line up the cam shaft with the cam gear. So don't lose that. While you're taking this off, make sure that key's in there and it doesn't fall out. All right, real quick before I continue, you see these cam caps here, right? In the middle, they actually have numbers. Like that one is a 3 right there, right? And you see the little arrow that is pointing towards the left, that is towards the actual cam gears. And then on this one there's a 2, see, and it goes again towards the cam gears. So make sure all the arrows are pointed the same way, same direction, which is towards the cam gears. And then 4, which is right there with a little 1 for me, is towards the actual distributor. I was taking so long to actually find out which direction this goes, like if 4 was on this side and then 2 on this side, but it actually goes 1 cam gears, right? So 1, 2, 3 is always in the middle because that's where the dowel pin is underneath this. Don't forget that for your VTEC. And then 4, which goes right here. All right, so as you can see, the blue freaking towels in the freaking head is because something bad happened. So these cams, they're super thick, right? And I was trying to put the cam caps on, and it was like, it's not flush. Like, as you could see right there, you see that gap, like you could push down on it to make it, you know, actually sit flush. But on the top over here, when you push down, it pops up, right? So you gotta, like, I don't know if it's something with me, or maybe I just gotta like move it around. Like, you can move it around and it like sort of sits flush in some areas, but like, look at the cam lobe. I mean, not the cam lobe. Well, yeah, look at the cam lobe on the VTEC side. Like, see that it's pushing it up. I was trying to push it down, and I accidentally broke a bolt in there. I mean, I've been trying to take it out. If this would focus, there you go. I've been trying to drill it out, but it's not looking good. So I'm trying to get this done because now I missed my appointment to get the car actually, well, not the car, but to get the motor actually degreed with the cams.
All right, so bad news. I unfortunately messed up the head more than it was like salvageable. That hole where the little 10mm end cap bolt goes, I was trying to drill out the bolt, and I actually broke the drill bit inside the hole. And apparently you can't take those out. So trying to fix it actually made it a million times worse. So I actually drove 2 hours, almost 3, to New York to get a brand new GSR head, which is right here. Came with everything, came with the cam caps and everything, right? OEM GSR head. But the problem is I actually didn't inspect it too well, and I noticed when it was a little bit too late that there's things like this, broken bolts in them. And then also all these little marks over here with the black circle that I circled have no threads. So no thread. Oh no, that has thread. No thread. No thread. No thread. No thread. No thread. So it's like, bro, are you kidding me? And apparently the valve holes, they need to be re-angled, grinded, or whatever, re-angle cut. When you put the new valves, they actually seat perfect and don't leak. There's too much money that has to go into this head to actually be considered good condition. But right now, we're just going to send the old head. So I was actually able to take a new drill bit and drill out the hole as much as I could. And what I did was I got some gasket maker. Calvin told me this, which was a smart idea. But I got some gasket maker, right? And then I put the gasket maker in the hole, and I have a coil, right, for you could thread a bolt in, and I put the coil in the hole with the gasket maker for it to have something to adhere to. And then I put the cams on and everything, and then I tightened it as much as possible without it actually like pulling up or like disconnecting itself or having the threads come loose or anything. So it's just to at least hold it, you know what I mean? I asked around all the forums, people were saying don't run it, people were saying run it. I don't know. I'm just gonna send it, see what happens, and hopefully nothing bad happens. Because while all that's getting done, I actually finished the motor, and it's actually being degreed right now with the new cams. So I'm just waiting for that to come back for we can actually drop the motor in the car. But if you don't remember,
it's this little hole right here, the end cam cap hole right here is the one that got messed up. Like I said, I made a hole and I was able to add at least a little bit of a tap in there.
But thank you guys for watching. That's going to be all for today. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. This car's almost done, so subscribe because we're going to have a lot of content. I mean, winter's coming up, so I'm going to have to be doing something, you know what I mean? But like always, we're going to make something happen. Remember, always make it happen. So we're going to do it. But catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.